I moved here to enjoy all this magical place has to offer, but I find myself working longer and longer hours to match the ever-increasing cost of living. It is hard to witness the massive number of vacant houses when I walk the streets looking for a place to lay my head.
For many years, a full-time Tahoe community endured, building businesses, raising families, and being stewards of the land. Now we're seeing a dramatic shift. In 1990, the Truckee housing stock was 25% vacation or seasonal homes. Within 20 years, the pendulum swung to 50%, and now it is tipped to the majority as of 2014. In Tahoma, an estimated 85% of the housing stock is now second homes. The mission is to keep the pendulum from swinging even further and have it swing back toward the middle, where locals can live where they work.
You know, a person thinks that why should I rent my house monthly when I can make more money weekend renting it, 3 or 4 times a month and have less wear and tear. Truckee and Tahoe being a resort area, the second home construction market is far more lucrative for builders to go in. You know, they can demand higher prices. And somehow now that has set the baseline. I mean, what we built those 32 units for could never be duplicated again. I believe that right now it would probably be 4 times the cost to build the same type of structure in today's dollar.
What's had been housing, what was created in the basin as our housing stock, has become tourist rentals or vacation rentals. And what was tourist stock or motel rooms has become de facto housing. So it's become housing that is substandard, is unsafe, is overcrowded, and doesn't suit the needs of a workforce.
Big topic on everyone's minds is short-term rentals. Sites like Airbnb, hotels, and other lodging, they have to pay a 12% tax to the town. And we have reason to believe that the vast majority of hosts are paying that tax, but we don't know. Because of the nature of how Airbnb works, they don't give us that data. And so we recently signed a contract with a company called Host Compliance, whose business is sifting through all the online listings on short-term sites, cross-referencing that with sites like Zillow. This is all public information, and making educated guesses to help the town send reminders and do enforcement for short-term rental properties that might not be paying the tax or might not be paying enough tax. It's primarily a way to level the playing field for our short-term rental and lodging industry and make sure that everyone's paying their fair share. And it's also going to give us data to better answer the question, are short-term rentals really impacting long-term housing? And we know that Truckee's never been an easy place to live. The winters can be tough, and keeps that diverse mixture of different kinds of people living next to each other. I think that's one of the things that makes us a really strong community.
I manage a ski house for 13 of my closest friends. My ski house decided that we really wanted to be able to give back a little bit to the local community. We wanted to give back to our second home and the place that we look forward to going to every weekend. And we created a project, the TOSH program. It's the Tahoe Opt-in Ski House project, that different ski houses would also be able to join us in donating towards a local community that we really love. So the model was set up so that ski houses could donate back their security deposits or part of their security deposits and that they give at the beginning of the season. everybody's been very receptive to what's going on, and what seems like it should have been created long ago was actually something that was brand new, to be able to connect mostly people in their 20s and 30s that hadn't been giving back to Tahoe, to be able to give them an opportunity to give back. So the TOSH program was designed to be a connector between the Bay Area community and the local Tahoe community. Right now we've raised about $2,000, which is $2,000 more than was there before. I guess that's what happens when you put a social worker in charge of a ski house.
I was approached 2 months ago. Realtor called me. Hey, somebody wants to buy your house. The first question I asked her was, who wants to buy my house? And she said, well, it's your neighbor. And she told me his name, and I went, oh, wait a minute. He doesn't want to buy my house. He wants to buy a business. He wants to buy it for Airbnb because he lives in Nevada City and he's Airbnb-ing a couple other houses in my neighborhood. We know this. And I'm like, no, I'm not the least bit interested, in selling my cute little house to someone who's going to turn around and turn it into a business. I need people to live here, to work here, to play here, to start families. So Airbnb and VRBO, we need to look long and hard how to figure out a way to incentivize people to rent long-term instead of short-term.
Having the sellers really look at our locals first, and if it's a competitive offer, accepting the locals. Even though my bread and butter is second homeowners, I do really feel like for all our sakes, including the second homeowners' sake, we need a mountain community.